So in this problem, we are going to discuss about again mix and yield variance. This question was asked in December 2014 of ACCA exam. So let's start from the required. So we have the required here. Calculate the total material mix variance and the total material yield variance for September. So it's an 8-mark question. So first we'll finish this part. Okay. Thereafter we'll move to the second one. So the question starts as the Safe Soap Co. makes environmentally friendly soaps using 3 basic ingredients. The standard cost card for one batch of soap for the month of September was as follows. So material, I have taken it as lye, okay, lye as L, coconut oil as a C, and shea butter as S I have taken, okay, and these are the standards in which they are requiring for one batch of soap, okay. So 0.25 grams per gram per kilogram is $10. 0.6 kilograms and 4 per kilogram. 0.5 kilograms and per kilogram is 3. Okay, it's 3 per kilogram. So the budget for production and sales in September was 1,20,000 batches. Actual production and sales were 1,36,000. The actual ingredients used were as follows. Okay, so they have thought of producing 1,20,000, but they are producing actual of 1,36,000 units. Okay, and this is what their actual ingredients used were as follows. So lye is 34,080, coconut oil 83,232, shea butter is 64,200. So let's get the numbers and we'll move on. So for material mix variance, the formula is SP into RSQ minus AQ. For SP we have to separate, sorry, for RSQ we have to separately work it out here. And the other numbers like SP is also like individually only we have to get, and AQ is already there, but we have to individually get them. Okay, so first what we'll do, we'll start from RSQ. So RSQ is TAQ. Okay, TAQ we have to get. So total actual quantity. See, we are calculating for raw materials, right? So the total quantity of raw materials has to be like added. So we'll start from there. So TAQ requires these numbers. $34,080, 83,232, and 64,200. Okay, so what is our TAQ? Okay, we got our TAQ. So we have to get our TSQ. Okay, total standard quantity. So again for TSQ we have to calculate. So TSQ is 0.25, 0.6 and 0.5. So that comes to 1.35. Okay, so we know our TAQ and TSQ. So let's work out the number. So it's going to be 181,512 divided by 1.35. So this is actually common to all the L, C and S. It's common to all the ones. So we can just copy and paste it. And what is like different is the SQI. Okay, SQI. So SQI is this one. Okay, each of them are individually SQI. So 0.25, 0.6 and 0.5. Okay, so we got that number. So we just have to get the answer now. Okay, so we got our RSQ. So let's go to the next formula. The next formula is SP. So what is the SP? SP is 10 here, 4 and 3, right? And SP into RSQ. So RSQ is 33613.3 minus AQ. So AQ we have to get it from here. So AQ is 34,080. Okay, so we got that. Close the bracket. Done. We'll start with the next one. Again RSQ 80,672 minus AQ we have to get it from here. 83,232. Close the bracket. So again 67,226.7 minus 64,200. So we have worked out all the numbers. So this is our final answer. So is it a positive or a negative number? So that's what we have to find. Okay, so you can see here the company should have used how much? The company should have used 67. If it's a negative, okay, negative number, I think we'll put it like this. The company should have used 33,613, but the company has used more. Okay, that's why it is adverse. Okay, so this is also adverse. So take it as adverse. So our material mix variance is over. We'll go to materials yield variance. So yield variance formula is very simple here. Okay, before going to material yield variance, we'll just put a comment or something. Up to here, we'll just put a comment. So comment is it's negative, but why it is negative? Okay, see, the number would be negative when the proportion is we are using more than what's the standard proportion. Okay, so we are using more of L. Okay, we are using more of C, and we are using substantially less of S. Okay, but when you use more of the costly items, okay, more of the cost items, see 10 and 4 are more costly than the 3. So when you use more of the costly items, your variance will be adverse. Okay, as the company is consuming more costly raw materials, So we can put a comment like this: as the company is consuming more costly materials higher than the standard proportion, the material mix variance is adverse. Okay. So we'll go to material mix variance and we'll solve it. So we'll get the question here. Okay, so we'll start. So what is the standard cost of this unit? Okay, see, that is not available, so we only have to work it out separately. What is the standard cost? Actually, it is per unit. So they consume 0.25 into 10, 0.6 into 4, and 0.5 into 3. So it comes to 6.4. Okay, so standard cost per unit is 6.4. What is the standard yield? So the next one is standard yield. So let's find out. So standard yield is for the input given, what should be have been the output. Okay, so what is the total input? See, the total input is, we have found out here, total actual quantity, right? So it is total actual quantity divided by TAQ by TSQ. So that is what you have to put it here. So as simple as TAQ divided by TSQ will give us the answer. So the number would be 181,512 divided by 1.35. So this was the actual materials which went into the machinery, and for each unit they should have consumed 1.35. That means the company should have used, or the company should have produced this many of units. Okay, so this is actually the units. Now let's get the actual units. Okay, actually how much they produced? They produced 1,36,000. Okay, so let's get the formula rolling. The formula is okay. So we got 9,900. Okay, and we got a negative symbol. So is it a good thing or a bad thing? So again, like, compare it and you will get the answer. If you see, the company should have, the standard yield is they should have produced 1,34,000. Okay, but the company has produced 1,36,000. Okay, so that is actually a good thing. So it is a favorable variance. Just because there's a minus, don't assume like that, because this is a outcome variance. Okay, the last one was income variance. Okay, sorry, the last one was input variance. So when it's a minus, it's adverse. Here it is an output. Okay, so the output is more. Okay, the output is more than the what it should have been. Okay, so this is a good variance. Okay, so if you want to put a comment, we'll put like this: the company has produced more output than what it should have produced. Okay, so we'll also give the overall comment. See, the overall comment works like this: you have to compare both the material yield variance and material mix variance. So you can put it like this: the company has consumed more of better quality raw materials, thus giving a adverse material mix variance, but these better quality raw materials have resulted in favorable material yield variance. Okay, so that's a concept here. So actually metal mix variance and yield variance are opposites. Okay, they are like opposites. So if one is favorable, the other will be adverse. Okay, and why are they like that? Because if metal mix variance is adverse, it means we are using more of good quality goods. So when we use good quality raw materials, the output will be favorable. And it's also the opposite is true. When we use like less quality products, material mix variance will be favorable, but as we use a lot of poor quality raw materials, the yield variance will be adverse. Okay, they are like always like opposites. So that's about this question. So we'll take the question and we'll paste it here, and we still have one more question, so we have it here. We'll work out that also. Start from this question. Required: briefly explain what the adverse material mix and the favorable material yield variance indicate about production at Safe Soap Co. in October. Okay, so he's not asking about the previous question that was in September. This was in October. So that we have to explain. You are not required to discuss revision of standards or operational and planning variances. So don't tell about that and all. And discuss whether the sales manager could be justified in claiming that the change in material mix has caused an adverse sales volume variance in October. Okay, so there are like two things here. We have to explain adverse material mix variance and favorable material yield variance, and the sales manager claim okay, change in mix caused adverse sales volume variance, okay, in October. So these are the two things we have to find an answer for. So mostly you will get 4 points for this, and you'll get mostly like 3 points for this part of the question. So you'll start reading. The mix variance is adverse in both the months, okay. So see, this is a question where it starts from here only, so you don't need to look at what is the above answer, okay. You have to believe what this statement is telling you, okay. The mix variance is adverse in both months, okay. I think it's September and October, because we haven't yet updated our standard cost card, but in both months the favorable yield variance makes more mm, the favorable yield variance more than makes up for this, okay. Overall, I think we can be satisfied that the changes made to the product mix are producing good results, and now we are able to produce more batches and meet the growing demand for our product, okay. So what they have done is they are showing, so they are showing adverse mix variance and favorable yield variance, okay. So if there is an adverse mix variance, again like what we typed here, right, okay, this comment is what will also apply here. The same comment is what will apply here. The company has consumed more of better quality raw materials, okay, thus giving a adverse variance. But these better quality raw materials have resulted in favorable, okay, material variance, okay. The same thing is what has occurred. So they say this has increased output, so this has increased the output, right. The sales manager, however, holds a different view and says, I'm not happy with this change in the ingredients mix. I've had to explain to the board why the sales volume variance for October was 22,000 variants. See, so his sales is like down by 22,000. I've tried to explain that the quality of the soap has declined significantly, okay, has declined slightly, and some of the customers have realized this and simply aren't happy, but no one seems to be listening. Some customers are even demanding that the price of the soap be reduced and threatening to go elsewhere if the problem isn't sorted out. Okay, so he's saying because of the change in mix, the quality has gone down. Okay, so is his statement correct? Okay, that is what we have to first look at. Okay, so there are several factors that affect the sales volume, okay, such as competitors, okay, or price and quality, okay. The sales manager argues it's only because of the quality the sales has gone down, right. So it is difficult to pinpoint the reduction in sales only on quality, as only 2 months have passed since the mix change, and it is very rare that the customer or end customer has noticed the change. Okay, so the first one is there are several things that can affect. Number two is it's really difficult to pinpoint the things. Okay, so 2 points we have got. So here in terms of the first one was using better quality has led to material mix variance into adverse and material yield variance to favorable. So that is like 1 point and 2 point, and this has also increased the output. So that is actually a good third point. But as far the sales manager is concerned, it is difficult to exactly claim. Okay, what we can actually do is wait for one more month and get customer feedback on the new mix. Okay, so let's get the feedback and then we can get a better idea. Okay, so that's what I could put it here. So that's about the question here also, right? So we have ended the question. We'll now move on to the next question.